Welcome to Mr. Bakey Pants Plays Games. Today we are playing Love Letter. Love Letter was a game that came out, I think, around 2012, and it kind of blew up when it first came out. Like, people were super excited about it. It was kind of innovative, and the mechanics very simple, small game. Some people would call it a micro game. And there's been a lot of rethemings. There's Batman, Archer, The Hobbit. I think even a Lovecraft version as well. And there's also, I think, the newest one is Infinity Gauntlet, which is a Marvel themed love letter clone. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this game. So this is the very simple opening intro screen. There's a couple different settings here that we can turn on and off. One of them being increased game speed and window mode, if that really matters to you. But the increased game speed, I'm going to go ahead and turn off or keep it off. That way we can see what's going on. And I can kind of explain the game. Now, there is music in this game. I have it turned down just because some of these games do have copyrighted music, and YouTube will, not that I'm a monetized channel, but I still just don't want to deal with any copyright infringement. So go ahead and have the music turned off. So it is going to be kind of quiet except for the sound effects. Just go ahead and play. So you got a couple different options here when you play. You have the classic, the learn to play for single player, and that's really it. And then you also have some online. You have public multiplayer and private multiplayer. When I found out, years ago when this game was coming out to be into a digital format, I was like, how is this going to work? Like, Love Letter is a very simple game. It's a deduction game. And a lot of that deduction comes from knowing your opponents, knowing what their tells are, like in poker. And I was like, how are they going to translate that? And the answer to that is they don't. And that's how a lot of these games are. Like, they don't, you kind of lose that human element, and all you have is the mechanics of the game for your, deduction purposes, right? You can't like look at people's like smirks or their smile or their mannerisms. You really just have to use the mechanics of the game. But I was like, but I knew multiplayer is important, and so it's pretty cool for a simple game like this that they do have public and private multiplayer. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into a classic. And I'm trying to think, should I do more than 2 player? I don't really like Love Letter at 2 player. I feel like it's a little bit too, mechanical. It's a little bit easy once you kind of figure out what the cards do. So I think I'm going to add a third player, a third robot. And then I think that'll be good. I think a 3-player Love Letter game is pretty neat. What does this cog here do? So we have some options here. So we can hide scene cards. And then we can also say how long we want the game to work. So the game's going to go that the first player to 5 points wins the game. So you're kind of playing rounds or hands of cards, and then you get a heart every time you win. All right, so let's go ahead and reset that. We'll get William. And the whole premise of this game is very odd. You're essentially like a would-be suitor for the princess, and you have a love letter that you want to get to her. And so the concept of the game is the card left in your hand at the end of the round is the person who has your love letter to try to get to the princess, and the person with the highest value card is the one that wins the round. Each card has an ability, so the handmaiden right now is until your next turn, ignore all card effects of other players, because other card effects will like let them look at my hand and see what it is. The guard will let me name a non-guard card, and if someone has it, then they're out. The guard kills them for some reason. No love letter in my kingdom, I guess. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do guard. I don't like William, and I'm just gonna guess that William has. I know it's not. There's only a very low odds it's a handmaiden because I have the handmaiden. So I know there's only one left in the deck. I'm gonna say the Baron. Nice. That was a guess, and William is out. Alright, so now it's just me and Herbert. I do not have the 2 Herbert. Or Halbert. How dare you say my name wrong. Alright, so I think I'm gonna do handmaiden, just to ignore the effects of all the cards this turn. So they can't do anything with the guard. There's only one guard left in the deck. Let's look at the priest. Look at another player's hand. Ooh, so I could look at their hand and then use the guard next turn. I would have an idea of maybe what's... Well, actually, I would know what's in there because I could see what they played. All right. Well, I would know if they played the card. But I would... Okay, well, let's do it. I'm going to do it. So they have the king. So that's going to allow them to trade hands with me. And then they're going to know that I have the king. Yeah. So I have to play the king. Well, no. Yep, because they have the last guard. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. They played it, so they don't trade that. They traded me the handmaiden. All right. Oh, man. Can I look at what's in the deck? I think, well, there's only one king. Oh, okay, so maybe he has the princess. This might not be a good idea. But I know the 3's there. I have the 3. So 4, there's 1 4, that's me. There's a 2, there's a 1, there's a 6, there's a 7, there's an 8, I think, and a 9? Or is the princess the 8? Yes, that's not going to be a good idea. Oh, sorry. Okay. I think we can deduct that it's probably... Ooh, the prince. Nice. Got him. Just the odds. Just played the odds. So that's how this game works. Is you're basically trying to kill everybody else for love. All right, so I won that round. All right, so I have the Baron and the Priest. If I look at other cards, it just gives me more information. Because I really don't think it's a good idea just to throw the Baron out there. That's not... I mean, like, you could play like that and just be like, you know what? Let's just see if I win or lose this round. But no, I'm going to play smart. See? All right, so they have the king. They're going to guard. Nice. They're trying to kill me. Halbert is dead. All right, so it's me and William now. So William had the king. I don't see it played, so it's not going to be smart to do Baron, so I will do Priest. Yep, knew that. All right, so they still have the king. And I think... What did that do? I can't remember what the prince does. Oh, but I do have the countess. She is tricky. If you have this card and the king or the prince in your hand, you must play this card. I'm going to do the guard and say king, right? Oh my god, I killed the king. All right, there we go. But as you can see, like, playing against the computer it's fun. It's, like, fun to kind of, like, you know, use the mechanics of the game to kind of, you know, come up with a deduction. But as you can see, I mean, this game is really fun with other humans just because it's like there's a lot of table talk. You know, there's a lot of, like, ooh, what do you got? Okay, so, okay, I can ignore or I can look. I'm going to go ahead and look at Sir William. Oh! Okay, so the princess. So you cannot discard the princess, so he's going to have the princess for the rest of the game unless he can switch hands. Nice, trying to kill me because they know that I know it's in their hand. So this kind of sucks. Even though I know they have the princess, this would make me lose, so I will protect myself. Okay, We know that's it's the princess. So per Halbert. Oh, Halbert's out now because he had the countess and they have the princess. Okay, here we go. What does this guy do? Choose any player, including yourself. Discard his or her hand and draw a new card. So this is going to be interesting. So I'm going to say this. I believe that William will lose. Yep, because he cannot discard the princess. Nice. There we go. All right, I got to win 2 more times. I mean, this is a fun game. I am having a good time. All right, it's like really thinky for some reason. All right, so I could play her, and that would let people think that I have the king or the prince. Or I could keep her and then hope I get a baron. All right, so I'm gonna do guard, and let's just do prince. We're literally just guessing at this point. All right, I'm hoping I get a baron next turn. Nice. But I also want to get her out of my hand before I get the king or the prince. Because then, like, they'll know. Okay, so a lot of guards. Oh, wait. So now I gotta play her? Yeah. Oh, no. They're gonna know. They are going to know. Oh, no. What's he have? I lost. The first round I lost. All right, the Baron and William and how... Ooh, William wins. What did William? Oh, the king. Ouch. Oh, that's why. Oh, yeah, because he had the king, and he knew I had the prince, maybe. And then William had the princess. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Halbert's already out. Wow, good guess, William. I wonder how the computer knew what the other computer had. All right. Well, I got to play Baron, because I can't play princess. And then I win, because I have the highest card. Oh, the poor king. All right, here we go. Last round. This is it. Could William have a big comeback? Probably not. All right, so... I'm going to look at another player's hand. Albert. Okay. You have the handmaiden. All right. So I know they have the handmaiden. Whoa. Getting a little crazy there. Oh, okay. So I have the king and the prince. So I know they have the handmaiden. And I think that's okay. It's not going to hurt me. So I think I'll do William. Draw a new hand. Okay. Still has handmaiden. It's weird they haven't gotten rid of that yet. Ooh. Okay. Please, please. Baron. So now they have handmaiden. So now I can get this guy out. So, Halbert, you're gone. Your heart is broken. Just me and William. Can William... Ooh, William knows I have the king now. Ooh, but what could William have? What could William have? Not many cards left in the deck. I feel like I might want my guards to kill the princess. If I can't have her, no one can. That's so weird. I don't know if the guards are killing people or maybe they're just capturing them. Dang. All right, it was just a guess. It was either that or the countess. Okay. So, prince? Whoa, what happened there? William coming back. All right. That's the princess. So they must have just drew that. So sneaky. The prince that was promised. All right. So we have the king. I could trade hands, or I could do a handmaiden. Let's do that. They should add the other versions of this game to this game. You know what I'm saying? Like that would make this like way more of a value proposition to buy. Get all the love letter variants. All right, princess or prince are gone. All right, what do we got? We got a guard, or the king. The king's good if you think someone has the princess. William, you prepare. Okay, I'm gonna do priest. I feel like the odds are. Yes, got him. All right, so now I gotta worry about Halbert. Albert. All right, guard 6. How did you know? How did you know? You broke my heart. All right, wow, the computer's like really kicking it up a notch. All right, let's try this again. Come on. All right, we got the Baron. And that's it, I'm already gone. Dang. Computer. Just destroying me right now. Computer versus computer. Who's gonna win? I guess I could skip if I wanted to. I think I'll let this go for a little bit. And just see. Okay, we got the king. They switched hands. They princed. Halbert's dead. All right, here we go. Next round. Man, William's catching up. I gotta really win here. Okay, so I got the countess, so I could play her. Depends on what I get. Man, William and Halbert are just really going at each other right now. All right, so we got the Baron. I should because I mean, unless they have the princess, who do I hate more, Halbert or William? I mean, William is my top competition. Let's get him out. Woo, got him. I mean, there's literally only one card that could have destroyed me. All right. Okay, handmaiden, you are protected. Okay, so I have to unfortunately play this because I have the prince. So now they know what I have in my hand. Play your guard. Oh no, okay. You just wanted to confirm it. So that makes me think... that Halbert has something like the princess. Yes. Haha, I knew it. I figured it out, Halbert. I figured it out. So yeah, as you can see, I kind of figured out that like, hey, that wasn't like a valid play. That wasn't like a valid play that I would do if I had an idea of what was in my hand. And so it made me think that like maybe the princess was in that hand, and it was. And it was. Yeah, so this is Love Letter. It's a fairly simple game. It's one of those games that I did buy the digital version because I do love the physical version a lot. But when I played it, I think it did help me get better at, understanding the mechanics of Love Letter and using those mechanics to like figure out information in the game. So it's like mechanically, I can play this game a lot better because of the digital version, because I don't have the distraction of the human element. And then when you go and play with like your, fellow humans, you'll probably play it at an advantage because not only do you understand the mechanics of the game and how those can help you get information, you can also read the crowd and get information that way as well. So you'll dominate, your at the next game night if you play Love Letter. But it is a very quick game, and it's kind of like a fun party game because it's fast and quick, and you can play with like a fairly large player count. But yeah, but at the end of the day, this isn't a game that I play a lot digitally, just because like it doesn't it really does need the human element, I think, to really be fun and have staying power because it is so simple. But I mean, as you could, I mean, hopefully, as you can see on the video, like I did have fun playing this. I did enjoy it. So if you really, really love Love Letter, like definitely get this game. Really well done. I love that there's like achievements and things like that. So it kind of like, gives you something to do, kind of gives you some like dopamine gratification for playing. The multiplayer is probably fairly decent. I haven't actually played it. I think I've played it when this game first came out, but I haven't played it recently, so I don't know if like that's super active anymore. But again, just from a single player experience, if you really want to get better at these types of games, yeah, this is definitely a good app to get. And it's usually on sale and relatively cheap. But anyway, if you do like this content, please like and subscribe, and thank you all for watching.